Alright, so as you may or may not know, Money Heist Season 5 is confirmed and will be happening at some point next year, hopefully. But with coronavirus, it might get pushed back a lot. I'm just not too sure. I don't think they even know when exactly they'll get Part 5 out there. But today, for this video, I am going to be going over some Part 5 conspiracy theories. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't even watch Money Heist and you might just be clicking on this video because you're subscribed to me. So, if that's the case, you can stick around if you want, but I would recommend watching the show first. If you haven't watched all the way up to the end of Part 4, then click away because there will be spoilers in this, and that's obvious because we're going over what will be happening potentially in parts 5 and maybe 6 as well. And there might even be some theories for later on down the line. I'm not too sure how many parts they will do on this show, but I hope it never ends, to be honest with you, because it is by far my favourite show I have ever watched in my life. And I just finished the end of part 4 like last month, and I'm literally watching through the whole thing again just to pick up on things I might have missed and to just enjoy the show once again, because to be honest with you, I could watch this show 1,000 times over and not get bored. It's just that good. But as you can see, I'm on this website here called Film Daily, and they have a lot of juicy theories for Season 5 of Money Heist, or La Casa de Papel if you are Spanish. Oh, and by the way, I did get a few comments on my Money Heist reaction videos of people like mad at me for watching the show in English. I didn't know that English people watched the show in Spanish with subtitles. I just thought that was like pointless, like why? But everyone's like, oh, it's way more badass in Spanish, but me personally, I'm just not about that life. I'm not about that subtitles life. And I love the English voiceover actors as well. The voices are all like a perfect fit in my opinion, so it's still very badass in English. But nevertheless, let's crack on with these theories. Now, I haven't even seen these yet as well, so I'm going to find out these for the first time along with you guys as well. So up first we have the Professor, aka the actor's name Alvaro Morte, meets a demise similar to his father. Okay. The reason the Professor wants to do the heist on the Royal Mint of Spain in the first 2 parts is because of his father. Yeah, we all know that, brother. We all know that. But of course his father took a bullet to the head during his own heist, dying before he could do his dream heist. But the reality is his father was most likely stealing money for a sickly professor in Berlin, just like how the Professor is helping poor as dirt people get a good life. Yeah, okay. But what is the theory? But just like how... Did I say scroll? I don't think so. But just like how his life and motivations mirror his father, his death will do the same. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there, Chief. The Professor is never dying. At least that's what I want to believe. If he dies... Oh boy, that's gonna hurt. Oh god. Right, anyway, let's continue. Maybe not a bullet to the head by the cops, but by Alicia, aka Najwa Nimri. At the end of part 4 of Money Heist, as everyone's celebrating, Alicia sneaks up behind the Professor into his hideout with a gun. While we want nothing bad to happen to our guy, this could be the end for the Professor. So yes, at the end of part 4, Alicia came up and found out exactly where the Professor was, pointed a gun to the back of his head, and that's where the show ended until next year. Like, why leave us in such a cliffhanger? But here's the thing, I really don't think this will be the end of the Professor, to be honest. Like, he is going to get out of this situation. I know with this one, it is similar to when Raquel came up into his hideout for the first heist, but since he had his Serbian goons there pointing guns at her, they were able to, you know, tie her up and basically, you know, gain control of the situation. Whereas this time, Alicia and the Professor are in that hideout on their own, and it's just them two. So there's no Serbian goons to help out the Professor this time, which is where the problem lies. But fear not, as I have a solution. After I finished part 4 of Money Heist, I was thinking, how can the Professor get out of this situation? But when you think of Alicia Sierra, what is the thing that stands out most about her? She's pregnant. Now, I'm not sure how many months pregnant she is, but I have a good feeling that at this moment in time, when she is pointing a gun to the Professor's head, he will be very, very lucky because her waters will break, she will go into labour, and she will have her baby in the professor's hideout. Now, that is the only logical solution for the professor to get out of this one. I can't see anything else happening. Like, let me know if you have an idea, but she will not join forces with him. He will not, like, talk his way out of it. She has to have her baby for her to be, you know, put off and for her to completely lose control of the situation, right? So then I think once she starts, you know, having her baby, I think the professor will definitely help her out and actually help deliver her baby. But I think we'll see the professor sneakily remove the gun. She'll put the gun down, obviously, and the professor will take that gun and maybe just shove it in his pocket or hide it somewhere, whatever, and then help her deliver her baby. And then if all goes well, the baby comes out nice and healthy, then I don't know, we go from there. Anyway, up next we have Alicia joins the team. Okay, no, this isn't happening, I'm sorry. Wait, because she's Tatiana? Oh. Okay. I mean, they do look pretty different. They both are ginger. But yeah, if you don't know, Tatiana was Berlin's wife. And that was a few years ago when they were showing those segments with Berlin and Tatiana and all that. But there's no way, like, she looks way too different to Tatiana. That doesn't really make sense. But if she is Tatiana, then she definitely could join the team because, you know, the professor and Tatiana Berlin, they were all friendly and happy enough. So let's see what they have to say. We keep flipping back and forth on this theory. It's hard to say for sure that it isn't true, especially now knowing that Tatiana is Berlin's wife. Why would that not be true? Why is that a bad thing? I thought that would be a good thing. I don't know. Even that maybe she'll be like furious that the professor let Berlin die. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, even though both it wasn't even his fault really, you know. Berlin was brave enough to just take the L. Even though both characters are played by different actresses, of course, it could be because Tatiana got some work done or is undercover. I mean, that's a solid excuse. But I don't know. I think that's a bit far-fetched. I'm not too sure. But Alicia's focus on this case just seems bizarre. Though it mirrors Raquel from parts 1 and 2, it's a new level of obsession compared to her. She literally broke her way into the professor's hideout, plus at the end of the season, Nimri is the one singing Bella Ciao in the credits this time around. I didn't even notice that. Coincidence? We think not. Obviously, if you don't know, Bella Ciao is like essentially the theme song of the Robbers. That's their song, really. Oh, I don't know about that one though. That seems a bit too far-fetched. I personally think that my theory is more likely of happening than that one. I think she will give birth and that's how the professor will get out of the situation. Not because she's Tatiana and they can talk things through. No, I don't think so. I've got to say this though, Alicia Sierra, I like the way she is. She just, I don't know, she's very cool. I know she's quite cruel. I mean, not quite. She's very cruel for torturing Rio. But I just love the way she is. Like, her whole demeanour. The way she just walks into the tent with her AirPods in, blasting music. Just kicks her legs up when she's talking to the professor, just chilling. And also, she's always got the lollipops and all. Like, I don't know. She's just very cool. And I think the inspector, I can't remember what his name is, but the inspector said it best. When he first wanted to get her in, he was like, let's get the queen of all bitches in here, Alicia Sierra, and that is a perfect description. Like, she is very cool, but obviously she's cruel for torturing Rio. Anyway, we move. The group makes their... Oh, Nairobi. Still not over that one. Anyway, the group makes their escape among the protesters. I never even thought of that. Obviously, outside the bank, there are probably, hundreds of protesters all wearing this same getup with the masks and the red jumpsuits. So, If they could somehow sneak out of the bank into the crowd, that'll be them gone. So you never know, that could happen. Let's see what they have to say though. Of course, the thieves aren't exactly out of the woods yet either. Yeah, that's true. We actually finished part 4 with Lisbon just getting into the bank. So there still is a lot of work to do to complete this Bank of Spain heist. So it's very exciting. Lisbon, they may have just finally saved Lisbon from police custody, but they're all still trapped up in the Bank of Spain. Plus the professor is a bit tied up right now, so he won't be able to help them out. How do they manage to get freedom? Simple. Okay. The protests on the street are the perfect disguise to sneak out into. All the protesters are dressed like them anyway. They could even walk out the front door and make a run for it into the crowds. That's a bit risky because the police have snipers up on the roofs at all times. They have, police force on the ground outside the bank, I think, at all times as well. Or is that just when they're about to go in? I'm not too sure, but they have that bank covered, That still is very risky. It's hard to not see the professor's intricate planning when he released the cash onto the city because he gave the gang an escape. I still think this is a bit too risky. I don't think they will be able to pull that off. Or will they? If they do go for that move and that escape route, then I reckon at least one of them will get shot down. I don't think everyone's getting out of there alive if they do that. But we'll see. We'll see. I can't wait as well to look back on this once Season 5 is out and I've watched it, and to see what I said in this video and to see if I got anything right. So that'll be really cool. But up next, Tokyo is the only one to make it out alive. Okay, that is... If that happens, if that comes true, the amount of heartbreaking deaths we will have to go through is insane. So I'm gonna stop you right there, Chief. I don't really want that happening, but let's see what they have to say. We hate to admit it, but out of all the people to survive the end of the series, it's going to be Tokyo. Oh, it's going to be Tokyo, they're sure. Not because she's useful or smart, alright, but because she's the narrator of the series. I mean, that's true. Oh, that actually does make sense, because she is just going over all of these heists as a story, and the way she talks about it does kind of give off the vibe that she is the only one to survive. Because imagine if Tokyo and someone else was narrating the show, then we would think, okay, so them two survived, or maybe 3 narrators. But since it is just Tokyo, that does make you think, is she the only one to make it out alive? And she also calls the professor her guardian angel, which when she said that, I was like, oh wait, guardian angel, that kind of, I don't know if that has a deeper meaning to it. I don't know if that's just what she calls him because that's what he's like, or does she call him that because he died, the professor died, and that's why he's essentially an angel, a guardian angel. But then again, she could just call him that when he's alive anyway, because that's kind of what he is still, without being dead. But that theory right there does make the most sense out of the ones I've seen so far, so that's a scary thought. She'll be the last one standing, so she can be the one to tell the downfall of whatever heist is coming next. Exactly. I mean, she's probably narrating this show like years after all these heists, and I can just imagine it's just her, writing all this down and reading it, and that's very likely, But the amount of deaths we'll have to see to get to that point is obscene. Denver, Helsinki, Rio. Oh, Rio. That will fucking kill her if he dies. Oh my god, man. Oh, it just makes you think, like, what are we about to witness in part 5? 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever is left of this show. But we like to hope this isn't going to happen in part 5. I think all of us do. But we also thought Nairobi was going to survive part 4, and look how well that dream worked out. That was pretty heartbreaking. The fact that she got shot, she got sniped, and she had to have surgery by the gang members, I was like, that's her, she's done. There's no way they're going to be able to save her life, but they did. They actually did, and she was on her way back. She was recovering well, and then of course Gandia just finished her off. But yeah, when Nairobi died, when that bullet, when that shot happened, my heart stopped. My heart skipped a beat, I swear. I did have a feeling that Gandia was going to kill her, because that's just the type of person he is. He is a grade A assassin, and he even said at the start in part 3 when he was handcuffed, he looked Nairobi dead in the face and said,
"I'm gonna kill you."
And he did. And I knew he was going to be one hell of a problem from the start of part 3 when he got captured. See, when he started saying all that shit to Palermo, I was like, okay, this guy has got balls of steel, like holy fucking shit. The language he used, the language that came out of his mouth, the offensiveness that was directed at Palermo was insane.
No, I think you're just a motherfucking faggot, one-eyed piece of shit, worthless Sudaka.
And that's of course when Palermo beat him up with that stick, which was fair enough. That was actually really satisfying. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, how I love pinatas.
Quiet.
Son of a bitch!
Palermo! Don't move. Everybody stay still.
I'm a Sudaka who's come to reclaim the gold you looted, you son of a bitch!
Denver, stop it! Just stay where you are. Palermo! Denver, stop it!
But at least now they've got Gandia under control, and hopefully he won't make another escape. He nearly did when they were getting Lisbon back in, but Bogota beat the absolute shit out of him, and that was so satisfying again. I can still just see, I can remember the face of Bogota well, that angry face when he was just pummeling Gandia, hitting him off the railing and all, like that was class. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you drop a like on the video for me, subscribe if you're new for more Money Heist videos. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.